watching Cape Media News. I'm Gabrielle Rawson, your host, and I'm here today with Corey Clark, a co-owner and founder of Bodystrong Fitness in South Chatham. How are you doing today?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Excellent. From the sounds of it, you are open for business.
We are. We opened yesterday. We decided to open. We kind of followed the lead of a gym off Cape. Prime Fitness in Massachusetts was the first one to open, and we decided we were going to follow suit. So.
Okay. So tell me a little bit about that. Let's go back. When did you close?
Yeah, we were officially forced to close March 23rd.
Okay. Sounds like the same time that everybody else was. Personally, what helped you to make the decision to do this? Was there a personal reason for it?
Yeah, when they came out with the four phases of reopening, we just really did not agree with where they had placed fitness centers and gyms. And we were like, you know, they're going to open some businesses that can't possibly keep people as safe as we can. So why are they pushing us back basically to July?
Right.
And so we talked about whether we should open up, make a stand. And we were planning on opening on the 25th, no matter what, of May, with all the second phase businesses that they were going to open. And then when I heard that this gym had opened early, I said, let's just go now. And that's what we did.
So tell me a little bit about your facility. I know you guys offer, personalized training, camps, classes.
Yeah.
What's your capacity, and what sort of guidelines are you using to keep people safe?
It's a good question. So it's a 10,000 square foot facility. We have classes. We have full gym, so free weights, machines, cardiovascular. We have personal trainers. We actually rent some space to Spalding Rehab Facility, which they do a Parkinson's class for people with Parkinson's. So we offer a lot of different things. So that's why we really felt like we were essential. You know, we feel like physical therapists are still open, chiropractic's open. That's all hands-on. You know, we thought there's a lot of people that really need to be in the gym. There's reasons for people to be here for high blood pressure, obesity, diabetes. We have people that are still doing rehab for surgeries that their physical therapy has run out. People with addiction issues, this is really important for people to be able to get into the gym. So we were like, we figured, at a restricted amount, our capacity here is almost 200. So right now we open and we said we'll be at 10%. That's only 20 people. If you look at the guidelines for the phase 2 or the phase 1 people at churches and whatnot, they're allowed 25% capacity. So we're at half of that, not even. So we decided let's just put some procedures in play and open up. And we think we're doing a lot more than most of the businesses that are open now. And we went above and beyond the requirements for the people that are going to get to open on Monday. So we thought, let's do it.
So for our viewers, tell them exactly what are you doing? Are you spacing out people on the equipment? I mean, 10 people in a large facility, as you've described, sounds like they're further than 6 feet apart.
Yeah, so I'll walk you through when someone comes in, kind of what the procedure would be. So when you come in the door, we have a hand sanitizer right at the door so you can hand sanitize. When you check in at the desk, it's touch-free. You just scan in because we're only allowing members, so you scan in and you don't have to touch anything. We're doing actually 20 people maximum, so we have 20 bottles of disinfectant, which means every person that comes in gets their own personal bottle of disinfectant to wipe down anything they're going to use before and or after. We ordered touch-free forehead thermometers, the infrared thermometers, so that we can actually take the temperature of any person that comes in the door.
Okay.
We have 46 pieces of cardio equipment, so we've basically cut that in half and spaced it out so that no one is more than 8 feet. Everyone's about 8 feet apart, and there's no one in front of or in back of you, so you're not breathing on anybody if you're running on a treadmill. We require people to have a mask with them if they have to go closer than the 6 feet. But we don't recommend doing cardio with a mask on. It's just not safe for you.
Right.
We have a chemical sprayer that we spray down everything at the end of the shift and leave on a heavy grade disinfectant that disinfects everything. We have rubber gloves, extra masks at the desk. We shut down our lockers and our shower facility, but we left the bathrooms and the sinks open so that people aren't putting their clothes in the lockers, taking them out. The next person comes in, they put their clothes in, so that if there's a chance of transferring anything, that's not going to happen. And then we're just really strict about the social distancing. You know, you don't have to come within 8 feet of someone in a building this big if there's only 20 people in here. So there's no reason why we feel Home Depot, and I'm not picking on Home Depot or Walmart or you know, they got to be open too. I get it, but if they can have 200 or 300 people in there at a time, we can't have 20 people in here with all those guidelines that we're following. I can't imagine we're not safer than anyone else.
Right. Well, talk to me a little bit about the guidance that Governor Baker has issued. Do you feel like it's been enough guidance for businesses such as yourself, or have you kind of made up your own safety protocols?
We made up our own, and I feel like I get they're doing the best they can. This is something that's never happened before, and they're trying to do the best they can. And there's no real right or wrong answer because they just don't know enough about this COVID-19. What I would have liked to have seen, and this is just my opinion, is a phase system where phase one, you have specific guidelines of safety that you have to meet, whether it's 10 of them, 15 of them, whatever number it is. If you can meet all of these safety guidelines, then you can open. Not what type of business you provide, but whether you can be safe with what you're providing.
Okay.
The next phase two, it lightens up a little bit. Maybe they take 3 or 4 of those restrictions off. All right, if you can meet these, now you can open.
Right.
I think lumping everybody together with what they can or can't do, I just don't think it's fair. And it opens up a can of worms for people who say, why can they be open and why can't we be open? We can do this, they can't do it, so why can't we be open? So I feel like safety guidelines should have been laid out rather than just picking what businesses can and can't open.
Okay. Tell me about the response from your members and the public.
Oh, so when we decided to open, we figured, all right, we'll open, put our foot down, make a stand. Maybe we'll be open a couple of days and you know, they'll shut us down. But the response that we got was so overwhelming that there's no way we're going to close until we absolutely get forced to close, which means it's going to have to go in front of a judge. Our members, we've had people calling up trying to renew memberships that have no intention of coming in just to give us money. We've had people offer to pay any fine that comes in.
Talk to me a little bit about the Board of Health. They were there yesterday, correct?
So they came in yesterday, and you know, it's not us versus the Board of Health. They have a job to do. We completely understand it. It's not up to them. They're following what the state has laid out. And I made that clear that, you know, we respect that you have a job to do. I was going to try to go through all our guidelines with her, but she really wasn't interested in listening to too much. It was pretty tense. You know, she just basically wanted to let me know, you have to close. If you don't close, I'm going to report it to the police and you're going to be fine. I said, I'm not going to close, and she left. And that's how the first day ended. She came back today because we're open again with a much better interaction. She actually let me tell her all about what I had just explained to you, all the guidelines that we were doing, what we were trying to do to keep everybody safe. And it was a pleasant interaction. And again, you know, I said, I get it. You can't say, okay, that sounds good, you can open. I said, I just wanted you to have it, you know, on record. This is what we're doing. So if you are asked what we're doing, you kind of have an idea. And so it went a lot better, but you know, we got our written warning today. So next will be, I believe, either $100 or a $300 fine. So it went a little better. And I really have a feeling that all the support we got had something to do with the better interaction. I think she saw that, yeah, people really want us to open. And so we're gonna keep on pushing.
Talk to me a little bit about your concerns, if you have any, about people coming down with COVID as a result of visiting your gym? Do you have those concerns?
Yeah.
And what will you do in that situation?
So we've gotten some negative feedback, it's irresponsible to open, you're being selfish, and everybody's entitled to their opinion. We didn't just say, let's just open. We sat down and we said, all right, let's run through some guidelines. What can we do to make sure everybody's going to be as safe as possible? And what people have to understand is what we're doing is so far above and beyond what anyone else is doing right now, as far as, like I mentioned, some of the bigger stores and some of the phase 2 people that get to open. There's always going to be that risk. If you go to the gas station, you might get COVID. If you go to Stop and Shop, you might get COVID. So we're doing everything we can to minimize that.
Right.
If someone was to get COVID, do you really ever know where they got it from? Can you ever really know that it was at Walmart, it was at Stop and Shop, it was at Ocean State Job Lot? I don't know that you can ever really pinpoint where you got it. One of the other things that we do here is we track everybody that comes in the door, date and time. So if someone did get it, I can go back and look at when they were here, who else was here when they were here, and I can let them know, listen, there was someone in here that tested positive for COVID. You may have crossed paths with them, you may have not, you may not have, but I want to let you know. And I know no one else can do that. So it's always going to be a concern until there's a vaccine or until there's a cure, but it's not any higher of a risk here than it is at any other place that's open.
When we set this interview up yesterday on the phone, one of the things you said to me was that you had to open. Is there a financial reason for this decision?
Absolutely. So we own 2 gyms. We have this gym and we have a gym in Orleans. We've been closed, like I said, since the 23rd of March. We were restricted 2 weeks before that to, a certain capacity. They want us to stay closed until the week of the 4th of July at the minimum. Well, that's 4 months, basically, that we would have to be closed. And then it gives us 2 months to make up for those 4 months, as well as make what we make to kind of give ourselves a cushion in the winter. Anyone who owns a small business right now has to know that that's probably an impossibility at this point. So we said, if we are gonna, and hopefully not lose our business, we need to lose it fighting. We'll feel a lot better if we went down fighting than if we just stay home. And then when they say, come June 29th, they say, we're going to wait another 2 weeks. It's going to be, we'll not be open the doors. So we decided, let's just put our foot down and hopefully something will happen. I made a post the other night thanking everybody that had given us support. And I ended it with, if at the very least, the state looks at the Cape and says, we really need to look at the Cape and what they're going through, because when we open everything up, if it's September, the Cape has missed their season. And how are they going to survive? How are they going to make through the winter? You might open in June and make it to September, October. It doesn't start getting, crunch time is mid-January, February, March. If you don't put away what you need to, how are you going to make it through the winter? We're kind of fighting for us. Obviously, we're fighting for our families, for our business, but we're also fighting for all the other small businesses. I've said it a few times that if all the little small businesses that are like us, home tossing and turning about whether they're going to make it, if we all opened, and when I say that, I mean safely. I don't mean just open and say, hey, forget about this COVID. I just need to open. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you think you can put into place precautions that minimize the danger of this spreading in your business, open up. If we open together, at the very least, they'll look and say, okay, we have to do something for the Cape. Even if it's aid for the Cape, because it's going to be a scary winter for a lot of small businesses, Well,
thank you again very much. And
thank you.
I look forward to following your story.
Awesome. Thank you.